These notes are for the set of 2.9. In the set of 2.9, you're introduced to a topic called set notation. And for that, we're going to talk both about the notation itself and some of the symbols that are used in that notation. So we have in our set notation these curly Q brackets in the front and in the end of both statements. And these are two different statements. We read this as X. That straight bar down reads as such that. And then I have X again. And this curly E, or this circular E, so it's like a C with an E there, stands for element of. And our last symbol here, this lovely double R looking symbol, stands for real numbers. So altogether we would read this as X such that X is an element of the real numbers. When we translate this one's a little bit more straightforward to translate because you've seen the symbol, this inequality symbol before. So I translate X such that X is less than -9. We read it as you have seen those read in the past. Now, there's going to be times in which the symbols inside this set notation have these interesting letters. And so we want to make sure that we understand, one, what they stand for, and two, what kind of numbers are in that grouping. So we're going to make a diagram here, and we're going to start from the innermost and go out. So our innermost box in this diagram are what we call the natural numbers. These are the numbers that you count with when you were first starting to count way back when you were 3 or 4 or 5. And so you started by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and you kept going up. The symbol that we use for the natural numbers is an N, where the middle has it's a double bar in the middle, just like the R up here has that double bar with the line going down. Then you went to school, or maybe you were a little bit older but still in preschool, and you discovered this idea of nothing, a number that means nothing. And so we then said, so we need to expand our definition of numbers, and we expanded it, and we called it whole numbers. And these start with 0 and include the natural numbers. They increase as you go. The whole numbers, the symbol for whole numbers, is this W, where we have some double bars happening also. Then you went to school, and at some point in middle school, you discovered that you needed some way of counting when you owe things. So you needed negative numbers. We call all of those numbers integers. So it's the whole numbers and their negatives. So in this case, my ... goes in both directions. So ... -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, ... And the symbol for integers, it's a little less intuitive, where whole numbers is W and natural numbers is N, is a Z. Again, where this middle part has an additional bar in it, kind of making it look like a weird bold Z. My next set of numbers happened when we said, oh, hey, look here, folks. We also have numbers where I can cut things into smaller pieces, and they don't look like these whole numbers and negatives. And we called those numbers rational numbers. And rational numbers are any sort of fraction where A and B are integers, but B does not equal 0. So A can be any of the numbers in this list, B can be any of the numbers in this list except for 0. And the symbol we use for this is a Q with a bar at the beginning and the end. So again, not as intuitive as the whole number W and natural number N. And then all of these sit in the number system that we call the real numbers. And we've seen the symbol for this already. It's that lovely R with 2 bars in the front.